Hello everybody. In this video I will tell you what is the difference between MIDI keyboard with MIDI connections and MIDI controller. So there is several keyboard that you can see. M1, Korg PA3, Genus, there is Ketron, there is Novation controller, and there is Novation Zero controller, and there is Novation Zero SL previous model controller, and several controllers there. I don't know, do you see here Roland controller is over there, and several keyboards here. Now, what is difference between MIDI keyboard and MIDI controller? A lot of people, they are presenting videos and talking about videos about controlling, but actually it is not controlling, it is a connection and adjusting something, possibility to manipulate with two instruments with MIDI connection. It is not MIDI controlling, it is MIDI connection. So now, Genus is not MIDI controller. Ketron or Yamaha keyboards, arrangers, they are not MIDI controller. They have possibilities. You can go to MIDI setup in Genus, you can go there, you can then transmit some information, receive some information, and then you have possibility to be, Genus has possibility to be controlled by external controller. So, if you send some MIDI messages to particular channels, for example from Yamaha to Ketron, and you mute some sounds on Ketron, part of the styles, and you mute some sounds here, you can get combination of the sounds from here and combination of the sounds from here. And if you have similar style and you are using similar style, or even if you are not using similar style, you can sometimes make setup of instruments and style from here in Yamaha and here, and you can just mute some of them and play some parts from here, some parts from here. There is only some parts of connection. That is called connection, an ability to play those two keyboards together with some features and some instruments that are from here or from here. But it is not control. It is not controller. Controlling, it means have possibility with one equipment to control another equipment without touching another equipment. Just to make setup on another equipment what it has to receive on which channel. Now, I will show you. That is controller. And I will show you. That is controller. The best controller. Hardware and software. It means you can control keyboards or you can control virtual instruments. Or software, DAW. DAW. So, what is different here? Here actually, you can write MIDI code and you can save MIDI code and you can call that MIDI code and control with buttons everything that you send to any keyboard or anybody else. You cannot write code here on Genus or Ketron. You cannot save code. So you cannot particularly say, I want to send MSB message, LSB message, program change message to that keyboard, and I want to control it, mix it, use it, control effects and everything. You cannot do that with this guy, Genus or Ketron keyboards, but they can be controlled. So, as I mentioned, this is hardware and software controller. I have here Mackie MCU Pro. This is this is controller for Cubase, for some platform like some virtual instruments, Cubase. Then you can control Pro Tools software. So, but it is not powerful controller to control hardware. You cannot do that with hardware. But this one can do both things. Korg is capable, PA3 and PA4. They can control Genus or Yamaha, and they can control Ketron. Because if you go to external instrument, you will see number on that track. When you click to numbers, you will see 3 numbers MSB message, 3 numbers LSB message, and 3 numbers program change message. You can put those numbers there, you can save them, you can combine everything with Korg instruments. And you don't need to touch this instrument at all. Only what you have to do, you have to see manual or a table of the instruments that you can find from instrument that you want to control, and you can see messages. Turn it on, see messages. When you see messages, put those messages here in Korg. Mix that instrument with Korg. You don't even look at that instrument that is behind you. Everything is controlled by Korg, and you play combination of the instruments from Korg. You play from Korg, combination of the instruments of Korg, Genos, and this guy. And you are choosing instruments actually on Korg. You are not touching Genos or you're not touching Ketron. And when you have that combination, when you write down combination in Korg, you save it in Korg. You don't never have to do anything with other instruments except turn them on and put them whenever you want to do that. And then you control them. That is controller. So my video to you is today to explain you, when you are watching sometimes that people are calling controllers controlling. Actually, it may be not controlling, it is just maybe adjusting both instruments, using some capabilities and some connections, and working with both instruments to achieve some kind of result that you may use. But that is very limited. And especially in live performing, you have to be extremely skilled. You have to prepare all styles on one instruments, on another instruments. You have to prepare at home, prepare them. When you prepare them, you can, if you have them in order, you have to call the style on one instrument, call on another instrument, and you can then adjust them together. You can, how to use that word? You can use them in some kind of combination that are very limited. But as I mentioned, this guy, with those guys, and with Korg, you are actually controlling another keyboards. They are behaving on the way what you put here. Depends on whatever you did here or you did in Korg. They are just slaves. They will listen all those messages and they will be listening to that controller who is doing that. And this is MIDI controller. So in this video, I just wanted to mention those things and to make it clear. What is controller? What is simple connection? But you know what? Simple connections are nice thing and you can use them and you can play with them. So how much success you will have in simple connections depends on the keyboard that is sending information to keyboard that is receiving. Most of the keyboard they can receive most of the information, but there is a limitation how many information they can send. So Genos is very good in possibilities to send some information, but as I mentioned, it doesn't have that feature to write code and save code. But it has some tricks, very limited tricks, that you can actually control some stuff from not control. You can adjust some stuff from Genos to make connection, successful connection to Ketron. But do you know what? I will make video, special video for you about possibility what you can do if you want to make connection between Ketron and SD90. What is maximum that you can achieve, and that is pretty good connection and somehow usable. Especially if you are using tricks that you can actually do some limited saving using Yamaha registration memory. But as I mentioned, limited saving, because still there is no possibility to write codes, but we can maybe match some sounds, and we will talk about that in one of my next video. Actually, I will do that video in live. From now, some of the videos, but when I'm going to talk about higher level of education in MIDI connection, keyboard usability, I am going to do those video in live